Hey everyone, I'm Trevor, and today we're at Disney California Adventure to give you an updated rope drop strategy with Radiator Springs Racers closed. The crowd distribution is much different than it was before, so where should you go first? Let's find out. Good morning from Disney California Adventure. It is about, maybe about 7:35 in the morning right now. No lines here at the exterior. It is not an Oogie Boogie Bash Day. It is also not an early entry day. Today is Thursday, September 4th. And most Thursdays would be considered an Oogie Boogie Bash Day. However, today is the first day of the Halloween Half Marathon. And I believe it runs all weekend from Thursday to Sunday. And so it's going to be a little bit more crowded as a result of the half marathon events going on. And so they do not have Oogie Boogie Bash today. 7:45 in the morning. Sorry, my bad. Just looked at the time. With Radiator Springs Racers closed, people are going to go pretty much one of two directions. They're either going to go down this way towards Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. It not being an early entry day means you don't have to compete with early entry guests for Guardians of the Galaxy, which would already be open if it happened to be an early entry day. And then everybody up here with Radiator Springs Racers closed is going to head towards Pixar Pier, which is my typical recommendation for rope drop. However, because everyone is going there now, there is a good chance that the Incredicoaster will be closed because it's been having a lot of mechanical issues lately. So that means everybody will then be spilling to Toy Story Midway Mania. When I asked Amy where she would go, given that information, she said that she would go over into Avengers Campus to go to Spider-Man Web Slingers. I'm going to follow the crowd to Toy Story Midway Mania, and we're going to see just how long the line ends up being so that you guys can gauge whether you should go there or somewhere else. And we're actually pretty far up to the line, and that's actually the front of the line right there. So not too bad. I did get here 15 minutes before rope drop. Sometimes we don't show up until a minute before rope drop, but here we are. There are still going to be some people that head down towards Cars Land. Inevitably, there will be people that want to go ride Maters and Luigi's. But I still think the vast majority of people, probably about maybe about 50 to 60%, are going to be headed back here to Pixar Pier. I'll turn off the camera while we walk to Toy Story. Now, the worst case scenario for this morning is that Incredicoaster isn't running in the morning, which I expect, and that Toy Story Midway Mania has a delayed opening. And if that happens, well, we're pretty much walking back here for nothing, but we'll see what happens. And we just walked by Incredicoaster and they had cast members out blocking people from going on, and our worst case scenario just became a reality because there are cast members outside of Toy Story Midway Mania also turning away guests from getting on this attraction. So therefore, both main target attractions on this side of the park are not open for rope drop. Well, that was a bit of a fail. I actually stood there for another 5 minutes waiting and hoping it would open, and it did not. Walking by Incredicoaster here, there are people just kind of milling around the area, hanging out. They're doing that at Toy Story too. They're just kind of waiting until the attraction opens because really there's not a whole lot of other places that you could go first thing in the morning that's big. And here is one of the ride vehicles just kind of sitting here. It's been sitting here since we rounded the corner. You can hear cast member voices coming over the loudspeakers, so this definitely isn't ready to go anytime soon. So what should be the target? What's the goal for rope drop? Typically, on any rope drop, regardless of whether or not Radiator Springs Racers is closed, the goal with a rope drop is to go to a popular attraction that will have a long wait later on in the day, but is very minimal first thing in the morning. What that means usually is avoiding the rides that everybody goes to. So like over at Disneyland, we always tell you guys not to go to Rise of the Resistance because like 75% of the people at rope drop are all going straight to Rise of the Resistance. And unless you're in the front of the line, and if you are at the front of the line, then that's a good strategy for you because you'll probably be pretty quick, unless Rise of the Resistance is having a delayed opening, which happens about 50% of the time. So give or take, who knows whether the ride is actually going to be open when you get up there. But your goal is to ride an attraction that you can get on relatively quickly. I'm talking 5 to 10 minutes at most, maybe 15 at worst if it's a ride that has, you know, in excess of 60 minutes later on in the day. So sometimes I do that with Space Mountain over at Disneyland. I'll hop in line at Space Mountain. It may take me 15 minutes, but it saves me 60 later on, so I'll gladly take that exchange. Here at Disney California Adventure, most people go to Radiator Springs Racers. I recommend against that and just doing single rider line because most people go to Radiator Springs Racers. Over here at Pixar Pier, generally, is very empty. Not a whole lot of people. However, of course, with Radiator Springs Racers closed, a good chunk of the people did come over here. And, you know, you saw what happened. So where else would I go? Incredicoaster is closed, Toy Story Midway Mania is closed, Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout probably has the longest line in the park right now, and maybe only one elevator shaft running, which means it's going to go very, very slowly. That's where, when Amy said go to Spider-Man Web Slingers, it's probably the next biggest ride to consider. The other one is Soarin. Soarin could fall to the same problem as Guardians of the Galaxy, though. They have two sides. This early in the morning, they're probably only operating one. So, since each ride-through takes 5 minutes to get through, unless you're at the very front of the line, it may take 10 to 15 minutes to get through that attraction, which again isn't terrible, right? Isn't terrible. It's pretty decent. Usually at this point in the morning, I'm looking for expediency. Toy Story Midway Mania, you get on, you get off, you go do something else. Because Soarin' has such a slow turnaround, maybe not the best place to go, but with these two closed, your only options really are Spider-Man or Soarin'. So maybe you should just save yourself the trouble of having to walk all the way over here and finding out that they're closed, like they are right now, and just go straight to Soarin' because it's at the front of the park. What am I going to go do right now? Probably going to go get some breakfast. After breakfast, we'll see what ride wait times are, and we'll continue tackling this rope drop morning, but we're not going to start it with an attraction because I'm kind of hungry, and the ones that we wanted to go to, neither one of them are open. All right, it is a little bit later now. I'm going to actually check the time right now. 8:38. It's been 30 minutes. 30 minutes I went and got some breakfast. And I'm filming breakfast as a part of a completely separate video. I will show you what I got for breakfast on here, but we will leave the topic of the food video a secret for now, and you can be on the lookout for it. It should show up on the channel in about a week or so. Actually, probably maybe around the 15th of September. I'm going to continue filming it. I'm not finishing it today. I'm going to continue filming it next Thursday when I'm here on September 11th, and then the video will come out after that. Incredicoaster, still not open. 8:40 in the morning, almost, and still not open. But Toy Story Midway Mania is, and so that's where we're headed right now. And the posted wait time is just 5 minutes, but the standby line is sticking out of the queue here at the moment, or almost. It just means that they're not using these switchbacks in there, but we are going to come in here to the standby line. There are virtually no lightning laners, however, and so the line is moving really, really quickly. It has only been a minute and a half, and I'm already all the way over here. And here I am at the 6.5 minute mark, getting on the attraction next. So it took about another 5 minutes to actually get up here and get on the attraction. 408, not bad. Not my highest. I think 425 is my highest, but not bad. Pretty decent. Can't complain. And I achieved best this hour and best today. But look at best this month. 901,000 points. That's insane. 8:58 and Incredicoaster is still not open. And given its recent history of being down most of the day, most days, I am going to assume that it will not be opening really anytime soon. So we are gonna go look for something else to do. Maybe Spider-Man, maybe Soarin'. We will check the wait times. Hello with a report from the future. Looks like Incredicoaster still has not been running all day. Train stuck on the track. It is 4:20 in the afternoon. Yeah, this has not been going for the last 8 hours. Incredicoaster is not currently closed for refurbishment. At least it is not announced as closed. It is just struggling to get running. Period. This has been going on for days. Days where it runs maybe like a half an hour all day long. Oh, they're really bored over here. They pulled out the Tetris balance game. If you are already down this way and you are looking for the least amount of walking, I would recommend going to the Pixar Pal Around, which on really busy days can get up to 60-minute waits, or Goofy's Sky School, which tends to average in the 40-minute range, again, in the busiest part of the day. This time of the morning, it's probably both of them are 5-minute waits. Today, it looks like it's going to be a really decent day. I was looking at wait times yesterday, and it was a really decent day yesterday as well. Today is the start of the Halloween half marathon weekend, so I expect it to be a little busier. I already expected it to be busier, and it's really not. This morning's looking pretty good. I pulled up the wait times right now. Yeah, everything on this side of the park is 5 minutes. Absolutely every single attraction is 5 minutes. And Spider-Man is 30. And it looks like Guardians is 25. Soarin is 20. So if we are looking at tackling some of the bigger rides, I gotta pick one of those 3. If you're not necessarily concerned with tackling bigger rides, every other ride in the park, every other ride is 5 minutes. So you could go anywhere, ride anything, and pretty much walk on the attraction. At least for the amount of crowds that are here today, Thursday, September 4th. If you are enjoying this video and finding it helpful, please hit the like and subscribe button. It really does help out the channel. And if you want to save money on your next Disneyland vacation, call my friends at Getaway today and tell them that SoCal Disney Dad sent you. Or click the link down in the description and use my coupon code to save on top of their already discounted hotel and ticket packages. And you know what? I feel like just going to Ariel's because I can. Why not, right? Let's go see how easy it is to walk on the attraction. Yep, it looks like this is going to be pretty breezy. Heading straight on in. Virtual walk-on. Not a 5-minute wait, more like a 30-second minute wait, and that was just to walk through the line. I came in here to get some air conditioning because it's kind of muggy and sticky outside, and it's not as cool in here as I would have liked it to have been. But it's better than being in the sun.
I wanna see 'em dancing, walking around on those, what do you call them? Feet.
This is the best room in the whole ride with the best song of the whole movie. Personal opinion. And this is my favorite little crustacean right here.
Ariel, in love with the human.
Racers, glass sighters, set neck slow and jiters, la voce to me.
She got a lot to say, but there's something about her.
Next, I was just walking up to Soarin. It's still a 20-minute wait, and I thought, why not? Let's go knock out another big ride. However, you know what? The nice thing about just coming to Disneyland and, doing whatever you want is you can do whatever you want. You don't have to follow any sort of specific rope-dropping guideline. If you want to, just go ride Mater's Junkyard Jamboree or go ride Luigi's Rollickin Roadsters, which is what we're actually going to go work at doing right now. It's a 5-minute wait. I don't feel like waiting 20 minutes for Soarin', so let's go do something. And not that 20 minutes for Soarin' is bad, mind you. Just remember what I mentioned earlier. When it comes to Soarin', the line doesn't move for 5 solid minutes because that's how long the attraction is. That's if they only have one side open. But then once you are in the loading bay for either side, it's again only 5 minutes. So it takes a little while sometimes, and I just feel like going for something that's going to move a little faster. So that's why we're going to go down to Luigi's, because it can get a 40-minute wait later on in the day. It's 5 right now. Might as well capitalize on that. Especially since right now, Luigi's Rollickin Roadsters is Luigi's Honkin' Halloween. We have not ridden the Halloween version yet this year. Hello! I just love their tire pumpkins. I think these are super cool. I would gladly put one of these outside my house. absolutely would decorate with a tire pumpkin, no doubt. I wonder if they sell those. You know, one that fits into the palm of your hand. I could absolutely go for one of those. So here's the back of the line, and those people are going to be on the next ride-through, and then we'll be on the ride-through after that. So they're finishing up a ride-through right now. They're going to swap out, say it takes 2 minutes to load, and it's 3 minutes for the ride, so that's 5 minutes, and then we'll be going on after that. So yeah, about a 5-minute wait. I can't remember the last time I was on this attraction. It's been a while. Usually it has a long line, so I don't do it. But yeah, this wasn't too bad. That, and I also find that it tends to be broken a lot. And it's running today. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Oh, I'm the car in the middle doing the dance while everyone else is around us. Spin cycle, here we come! My favorite part. Every time, my favorite part. 9:34 in the morning. I typically only run these rope drop videos till 10. I didn't even do anything the first 40 minutes, so maybe we'll keep it going a little bit longer. I don't know. But Spider-Man Web Slingers is currently down, temporarily closed for whatever reason. That happens with that attraction too. Soarin's still at a 20-minute wait, so I think we are gonna work our way up to Soarin now. At least the one good thing that I can say about the 20-minute wait is that it's almost entirely, in the air conditioning. Of course, if it's longer than 20 minutes, it's gonna be outside for sure. But I'm hopeful that the entire wait will mostly be indoors for me. I mean, it's not terribly hot right now, 75 degrees, but I think I said earlier that it's somewhat sticky, and so any opportunities that I can take to get out of the humidity is fine. Southern California, not typically very humid, but we have had some very strange August showers lately. It's not August anymore, it's September 4th. We had rain yesterday morning where I live in September. Again, also pretty strange. This is wildfire season. And wildfires happen because everything is so dry that anything will set off a fire. And so that we've been getting some rain is definitely abnormal. Maybe it will help avoid those wildfires. The nice thing about having rain now to avoid wildfires is you also avoid mudslides, because after a wildfire wipes out all of the forestation of an area, then the rain comes and it turns that entire area into slick mud, and that's where you get mudslides from too. So maybe we'll be able to avoid both of those phenomenons by having some odd showers during our hottest times of the year. Over here at Soarin' Around the World, still posted at a 20-minute wait as far as the external signage goes. The queue is sticking out of the attraction, but not enough to go into the sun. Even if you happen to be over there, they have misters going even now at this time of the morning, so it would have been pretty refreshing probably being under there. It's shaded because of the tarps, and then the misters make it nice, but we'll be able to go straight into the building here in a second and hopefully get some air conditioning. And from this point, it definitely is about 20 minutes. Generally speaking, depending on how many lightning laners come through the lightning lane over here, this area on the left can take anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes to get through. And then once you are in either wing, depending if they have both wings open, it's about 10 minutes from there, because you'll wait 5 minutes in this one, and then you'll go around the other side where they actually load you up, and it's another 5 minutes over there. And it was just 5 minutes until I got put in this little, I don't know what you call it, jetway, basically, because you're going on a plane, right? You're going Soarin', so it's kind of like the jetway. So 5 minutes to here. Looks like we're going to be relatively close towards the front, which means we are definitely making the next section. They do have both concourses open, both sides of the building. at 12 minutes. We are in the loading bay here, so just another 5 minutes. It will be about 17 to 18 in total. And at exactly the 18-minute mark, we are stepping in to get on the ride vehicle. So pretty close to what I had predicted. And when we get off the ride, there is a little bit of a line here now, posted at a 35-minute wait, and there are people in the exterior of the attraction waiting in the queue. I love that attraction. So relaxing, so refreshing, and it's like my greatest hits or to-do list or bucket list or whatever you want to call it of places to visit. Not all of them. I understand that they're mostly like, you know, the seven wonders of the world and things like that they show in there. But specifically things that are on my bucket list, well, things that have places I've already been to. Sydney, first off. So I love the Sydney section where you're going through and you see the Sydney Opera House and the Sydney Harbour Bridge and all that sort of thing. I love that segment, of course. I missed California because it had a San Diego segment. You could see the Coronado Bridge, but definitely Sydney a good compromise there. But I would love to go to Africa sometime. I love the Africa section. It's one of my favorites. Got the smell of grass in there and that dirt and very earthy safari sort of feel and smell, and I love that. And then it goes into the Great Wall of China, and I just love that. And I think before that, a couple of segments before, they also go to Germany and see Neuschwanstein Castle. And of course, Neuschwanstein is what Sleeping Beauty Castle here at Disneyland is themed after. And so would love to go there. I'm not sure if I would brave the glass bridge that they have just off to the side of Neuschwanstein. I know Amy would probably not want to go on that, but oh man, love me some Soarin' Around the World. All right, well, it's after 10 o'clock and I think I am going to wind down a bit, but I want to walk through the wait times with you one more time. Looks like Incredicoaster is still closed at 10:11 in the morning. Still closed, yeah. 40-minute wait for Toy Story Midway Mania. Looks like Pixar Pal-Around's up to a 15. We have Goofy Sky School at 20. You can see the others there. I've got the screen grab there on your screen. 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. 35 up at Soarin'. We just showed you that. Looks like 25 for Monsters Inc., 35 for Guardians, 30 for Spider-Man Web Slingers, 10 for Mater's, and 20 for Luigi's. And of course, Radiator Springs Racers is temporarily closed. Well, for refurbishment, not temporarily closed for refurbishment. So that's everything. That is, oops. Guess that's as far out as I can zoom without everything grouping together. But that's it for the wait times here around the park at 10:12 in the morning on Thursday, September 4th. Pretty decent. You can go pretty much anywhere, and everything's still under a 30-minute wait with the exception of 2 rides, and 35 isn't terrible. So pretty great. Thank you. Awesome. Appreciate that very much. Thank you. I just had somebody saying hello to me as I was sitting here on the park bench. Thank you so much for saying hi. I always love meeting you guys. I've met several of you today. Always happy to take photos too. You guys always ask if it's okay to take photos. I'm absolutely okay taking photos, no problem there. So if you want to take a photo, if you see me and want to say hello, please do. I don't mind even if I am filming. And that's going to be it for our time here today at DCA. I'll probably end up being a short video in the end, but I hope you found it useful for trying to figure out where to go, what to do for Rope Drop with Radiator Springs Racers closed and Incredicoaster having major issues. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button on your way out, and click the video on your screen to keep watching more of my Disneyland content. Thanks for watching, and we will see you again next time.